Up Galway!
The winners of this match will not only have to overcome one of the best hurling teams in the country, but the weight of history.
Up the nation!
Just a young gun with a quick fuse. I was uptight, wanna let loose. I was dreaming of bigger things and wanna leave my old life behind. Not a yes sir, not a follower. Fit the box, fit the mold, have a seat in the foyer. Take a number. I was lightning before the thunder.
Thunder, thunder.
Who else but Joe Canning helped give Galway the perfect start with their opening point from throw-in. The tribesmen hit 4 unanswered points before a spectacular opening score from Waterford. A super solo goal from Kevin Moran.
Galway looked so fluid early on. It was 4 points on the board, and I think we got a goal against the head, so look, marginally a better team. I thought we were chasing for long periods. Galway's scores came a bit easier.
I suppose it was a great battle to watch from a neutral's perspective, but I suppose we are very disappointed with the result, obviously, but credit to Galway. They've been phenomenal all year. I think they're a small bit more developed than we are as a team, but I suppose it gives us plenty of scope to work on over the next couple of months and that. And I suppose the good thing about sport is you have an opportunity to go back to the well and dig a small bit deeper, but we'll have to try and change a few different things here and there, but I suppose our aspiration won't be any different in 2018.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, thunder.
Temporary referee Fergal Horgan has extended his arms. There's an outbreak of raw emotion amongst the Maroon and White supporters here in Croke Park. 26 points for Galway, 2-17 for Waterford.
We waited 29 long years, but finally, Liam McCarthy's coming back to the West.
From the Wexford game, these boys took ownership of it, and when you're in that position, it's a lot easier from my side of it. And look, the players deserve all the credit. It would be very remiss of me not to mention all the managers that have gone before me. Look, a lot of these boys, help nurture and develop these players, and same as on the playing side, and the players that have gone through without winning. This is for everyone, and look, the support here was absolutely fantastic, and we really appreciate the support for everyone that was here in Croke Park, everyone back in Galway, and all the Galway supporters around the world.
I can't let the day pass. 29 years ago, this man got man the match in the All-Ireland final in 1988. It would be amiss of me not to mention his name, the great Tony Keady. To Tony's wife Margaret, children Shannon, Anthony, Jake and Harry, we hope to lift the cup today. We'll give you some solace from your grief, if only for a few seconds. One other person that I can't let today pass without mentioning. He was soldiering with us for years. Good friend of mine, first cousin of Conor Whelan. He passed away in 2014. Niall Donoghue, we'll never forget him.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder.
David Burke, All-Ireland winning captain 2017. How good does that sound?
Oh, that's great, Paul. I'm just looking at me niece and nephews that run around the pitch there, and just the emotion, I suppose, of everyone in the crowd. I'm delighted, and anyone that has a connection to the team, it's really emotional for all them, and hard work pays off, but we've been on the wrong side of the losing days as well, and we just had to bottle that hurt really, and I suppose that's what got us over the line.
Some team performance, including from yourself, brilliant points on the run.
Yeah, look, I mean, myself and Johnny were talking. We kept it fairly simple in our preparation. We said, look, if we can get a hole at all in the middle of the field, and even in the first half, they hit us for sucker punches there. I think they had three in us, from Kevin and Jamie, and we struggled. We just said, look, if we can get on top of them at all in the second half around the middle, we should close it out. But look, our subs made massive differences. It was a whole panel effort, and that's from 16 to 31. You know yourself, the lads that put in the work. They talk about panel matches, and really they're the lads that drive it at the end of the day, but it's about getting to that stage, and I'm really delighted for everyone involved, management, backroom staff, everyone that put in the work. 3 points in it, a puck of a ball in it in injury time, Dave. It's a dangerous lead in hurling. How did you feel when Fergal Horgan extended his arms and blew that final whistle? Oh, stop, I don't know. I was lying on the ground there for the last 3 minutes. I had cramp, and I was telling Miall to bring me back on, because I couldn't live myself if they got a goal there or a point and they won the game. So oh, stop. I was just delighted. I seen Joe going over, slowly taking the line ball, and suddenly then Fergal blew up the game, and I was just thrilled. First lads I went to was Franny and Noel and Miall, and really they're just good people, and I'm delighted for them. Really, I'm delighted for them.
And a great speech as well from yourself, Dave. It's not easy when you've just played 70 minutes, but you remembered some people close to your heart, a member of the 88 team, also one of the team that you soldiered with over the years.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of people I suppose I could have mentioned as well, you know. My own cousin Barry, you know, Jason Flynn's brother as well, and even, you know, the late Joe McDonough, all these people as well that, you know, I'll mention again in time. But look, today was about maybe one or two people like that and mentioning them, and look, it's not going to give them, you know, it's not going to quench the hurt, but it might give them a moment's solace for a couple of minutes.
Some week in Galway in prospect?
Yeah, definitely. I won't like to see Ayr Square tomorrow night or Tuesday, but I'll be hopefully the principal will give myself and Johnny the week off school now and St. Bridget's not great, so that might be a nice one.
We're joined in Croke Park by one of Tony Keady's teammates from 1988, Pete Finnerty, Tony's wife Margaret and daughter Shannon. Pete, what a win.
We've been waiting for this long time. We lost 2 All-Ireland finals, we drew 1 All-Ireland final in the last 4 years, and it would have been very hard to go home without it this year, you know. And with all due respects to Waterford, they put it up to us, they pushed us all the way, but at the end of the day we had that little bit extra and we just got over the line. I think this is our 7th final since 1988, and we've lost everyone except for today, you know, but we're still a very proud hurling county, you know, and we've won I think 31 other championships between, we'll say, club championships, under 21, minor, all of those up along intermediate and everything, but the big one that was missing was the senior one, and we've won that today, and it's incredible what this will do for this bunch of young lads. It'll bring them on. I know my crew in 87 and 88 were the tightest knit of people that'll ever be, you know, and the one thing that's missing is Tony, you know, and he would have loved to be in here today, and he knew all these young lads. He put them through with minor and under 21 and playing clubs with them and everything and training them and coaching them, and he would have adored this situation. It's just so sad that he's not here.
And you must be very proud to be watching the game in the company of Tony's wife and daughter.
It was a privilege. Margaret asked me would I help her, and on the day of the All-Ireland final we go to it, and it helped the children so much. They love this. This is what their dad was all about, and it just gives them a sense of how big an occasion it is and how big a man he was.
Shannon, you have won an All-Ireland medal. You play a bit like your dad, do you? I see you wearing number 6.
Yeah, well, I want to follow in Dad's footsteps, and I just want to make him proud, and like the boys are doing it and I'm doing it, and we're just going to stay at it.
Tell us about your own camogie journey. I'm sure the father was a good man to give you advice.
He was. Dad and I were always out the back and poking around, and everything I know and is from Dad, and I'm this far because of him, so I owe it to him.
When you saw his image on the big screen in Croke Park on All-Ireland final day, it must have really been quite emotional.
It was really emotional. Like, as I said, it feels like he's sitting beside you, or like when like Galway score their goals, and like when the boys are putting points over you, you think he's there roaring beside you, because like I remember it from the Leinster final, and it's like so fresh in my mind, and it feels like he's here.
And great memories to have of him.
Oh, I have so many memories of Dad. Like, I went everywhere with him, we were best friends, so like the memories I do treasure, I always will.
Margaret, was there any comfort in seeing how Tony Keady was celebrated on All-Ireland final day?
Yeah, there was. He got what he deserved, the best.
Well, it's been great talking to you guys. I had the pleasure of spending a bit of time with your dad, and the one thing I would always say to people about him is you always left his company feeling better about yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with that. He was very funny.
He'd make a bad day good no matter how.
Yeah, he definitely would, yeah.
Now, he gave me an awful few dunce about my waistline and things like that, Shannon.
A junior medal, junior C medal.
Enjoy the celebrations.
Thanks, Paul.
It's all around the fields of Athenry of Galway.
As the Mayor of Galway City, once again, Councillor Pearse to formally welcome our All-Ireland champions.
You have proven yourselves great role models and effective ambassadors for Galway and for our sporting culture. I also hope that our victories inspire our near neighbours and close friends in Mayo to drive on now and bring home both All-Ireland Senior Championships. Bring them home to Connacht. We wish them well in their quest. Minchir na Gallimh. Friends of Galway, as I present to you the winning Galway hurling teams, it is my pleasure to finish by telling you this. Connacht no longer lies in slumber deep, because the West's awake!